Hi, it's Tina here, and today I'm going to do another grants update. So today is Tuesday, September 22nd of 2020. And so if you are watching this several days after today, then some of these grants will have already expired, but hopefully you're catching this video today or within the next day or two. And again, so that if any of these grants appeal to you, you think that you might qualify for them, then you definitely can go ahead and check them out. Again, my name is Tina, and my main occupation is transcription as well as virtual assistant work. So I am a sole proprietor, and some of these grants do apply to me, some don't. But as I come across them, I'm going to go ahead and share them in case those of you out there do qualify for these grants that I've run across. I'm also going to do an update of some of the grants that I've already covered, some that I have personally applied for, and just give you some updates in case you're wondering as well. If this is the first time you're seeing me and my videos, thank you for joining. Thank you also if you are back again. I do appreciate it if you subscribe to this channel, and always please like the videos that you find useful. This does help Google and YouTube to make sure that they show these to other people that may also benefit. Okay, let's jump in. All right, so here you're just seeing a Word document and a Google document, and I've really tried to be as meticulous as I could about the links and everything like that on these grants. So I'll be sharing this in the description below the video. So definitely, if you want to jump into any of these, the links will be available for you. And again, it's continuing to grow as I continue to keep track of some of these grants. First, an update. So the EIDL grant and loan that it was from the SBA, as you might know, they have run out of money again. They had run it in the beginning of the year and then again early springtime. I did get my application in. However, I was denied as unverifiable information. So if you're in that bucket and you want to check out some of the previous videos I've done about my experience, I definitely suggest you check that out. What has happened in my journey is they had asked for documents I had already sent in, but they must not have gotten. And one of those documents included a signed 4506T, which gives them permission to pull my tax records. Well, apparently I did not send them the exact version that they wanted. So if you look in the description below this video, you're going to see this link. This is to the exact one that they gave me to fill out. So you can see that this one is for September of 2018. It says disaster request for transcript at the top. And then you can kind of see where it's blued in. You'll need to fill out all your information. And then it does already say that it's going to go to the U.S. Small Business Administrative Office for disaster assistance. Do not forget to also fill in number 6, which is whatever tax form you normally fill out. So like a 1040 and so forth. And then you can see that they did already check the box here for record of account in 6C, I'm sorry. And then you'll also note that for this, they had already highlighted for me the years ending the last day of the year, which I file my taxes on a calendar year basis. But if you don't use the normal calendar year, then that would change for you. So if you're going to use this form to send to the SBA, you'll want to make sure that if you're not filing under the calendar year and you're doing it under a different year end, so say your year end is in June or July and so forth, then that would be different for you. So again, this is the 4506T form that they had suggested that I use. They actually required it. So I'm assuming that they got all the other information I sent them, but then a few days ago, they requested that I give them this version of the 4506T. And then the other update I have for you is for the We're All In. So that's the Wisconsin Small Business Grant. If you did apply and received the We're All In grant, pay attention to your emails, because we are getting emails this week asking us to fill out what they call a survey. Now, I have not dove into the survey to see what the survey entails as of yet, but they are sending out emails now requiring us to fill out some type of a survey. Now, I also just got an email that stated that there was something wrong with the site. So they've also said that that's been fixed. So again, if you're getting that, if you've received the We're All In small business grant from Wisconsin, pay attention to your emails and get that paperwork filled out. The other update I have is the LISC grant that had come out. I had sent that in, my application in, and they said that we would be notified if we were in the finals as of the 18th. Well, it's past the 18th at this point, and I have not heard anything. I have not heard if I'm in the finals, which at this point I'm assuming not, but I have also not gotten a denial email. So if you did apply for round 6 of the LISC grant in collaboration with Lowe's, I'd love to hear from you if you've been accepted into the finals, or if you've gotten a denial or anything like that. Again, I have not heard anything. I would also like to make one plug on that website, that I encourage you to sign up for notifications, because if they end up having another round or any other type of grants that are available to anyone through the LISC program, the LISC, that you would get notifications. So I encourage you to go to this website and at least fill out the notification form. And again, these links are all in the description below. And the other one is the I Fund Women, because even though some of these grants on the ifundwomen.com website have closed, if you just fill out the generic application, anything that you qualify for, they're going to let you know. So they're going to give you notifications on that. So that's a great way to also get notifications just in case. Okay, so let me go ahead and go through a review of the current ones, and then I'm going to jump into the new ones. So again, these are ones that I've already covered in another video, but just to let you know, they're still available, and you can pop into the links through the description below. Topeka, Kansas area, there is one for low to moderate income, women-owned or minority-owned. Get a preference to this. Grants are up to $20,000. So again, there's a link here for the Topeka, Kansas grant. There's also a grant still open. Round 2 will open October 5th. So round 1 closed, but round 2 opens October 5th for the Energize Colorado Gap Fund. It's a grant and loan. So the grants are up to $15,000 and the loans are up to $20,000. I'm thinking I might have an error there. I'm wondering if I meant 1,500. I can't remember now. I've watched so many of these and seen so many of these. Yeah, okay, so it is. It's up to $15,000 grant and $20,000 loan. And then the Fresno County, California, there's a couple different links here, and you'll want to get your applications in. They close out soon on September 29th. So there's 2 different links that you can check out for the Fresno County, California grants. Then there's various locations in Texas under the LIFT fund. So you might want to bookmark this site for the liftfund.com COVID grants. And the El Paso one already did expire. However, like I said, there's other ones that are continuously coming up. So you might want to check that out for Texas. Then the small business grant, relief grant for Clark County and the city of Vancouver, Washington. That one expires. Applications need to be in by September 25th. So those, all of those state or county or local ones, those are, if you're interested in those, you can click on the links to find out more about them. I kept on this list the TikTok Back to Business program. This one, they are giving out $300 towards ads. So ad spend, so that's something you might be interested, then you can look into that further. Also, Facebook has been doing some grants, and this link will tell you whether or not your individual country has any grants available. US, Canada, and Colombia were already expired, but there are others that are always becoming up available. So again, you can check that out there for Facebook. And again, it's grants, and I think it's also some ad spend type grants. The deadline for the Business for All Hello Alice mentoring and grant money, that ends on the 25th. So again, that's closing out very soon here, as well as then, as I had already talked about, the I Fund Women. So one important thing for looking at grants is to take advantage of the Google search as well as Google notifications. So if you set up notifications, you can get alerts to your area or your specialty of business, or different ways that you can kind of narrow down your search. And then again, also through getting those notifications. So I had some that had already closed, so I'm not going to go over those. Now I'm going to hit up the new ones that I've just come across that are new to me, maybe not new to you, but that I've got links now so that you can find out more information if you'd like. And the first one is the Central San Diego Black Chamber of Commerce. So it looks to me, by looking at this news article and their website here, that they are looking for right now for people to donate to the fund. They've already had a round go out, but to keep an eye on this, because from the article that I read, they're looking to have another round coming out available soon. So if you're interested in receiving that grant or any grants from the Central San Diego Black Chamber of Commerce, email them at info@sdblackchamber.org, and then they can give you more information about these grants that they are coming out with. The next one is, as you heard me before mention the LISC. They're working with a lot of different companies and foundations. So getting on their list lets you know when these are coming out. There's another one coming out in connection with AEO and Fifth Third Foundation. It's called Innovation Meets Main Street. And so it's interesting because I think these two grants used the same photo, didn't they? They did. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, I digress. This is a grant that is available through the LISC, AEO, and Fifth Third Foundation connection, and the application site. So that's the article here about it. But the article's right here about it. But then you can also pop in right here where I have the actual application site. And so you can see it says apply now. And it tells you all about how the grant can be used. It can be used to help Black-owned women businesses with layoff aversion, covering operational costs, paying rent, and connecting with customers. So there's a lot more information that you can read about it. Where must you be based? So Atlanta, Charlotte, Louisville, Cincinnati, Detroit, Nashville, Orlando, and just all of those different things that details that you'll want to find out more about to see if you qualify for this grant. There's one specifically in Bedford, Indiana. And again, here is the link where you can apply for that. And the deadline is October 2nd. So you'll want to make sure that you get in on that as soon as possible. And again, it looks more like a printout paper form that you would fill out and then send in to them. And you can see that they ask for a lot of different information. So if you are applying for a lot of grants, it's good to just have all this information readily available to yourself so that you can quickly get these filled out. Again, that one was for Bedford, Indiana. Deadline is October 2nd. The next one I've run across is the Massachusetts Growth Capital Corporation. And this one is, the deadline is September 25th. So within a few days here. And again, that's Massachusetts, empowering small businesses. So you can find out more information about the grant and then apply for it here. There's also an Illinois COVID grant coming up. And so here would be where you can find the application for that. Again, this is for the state of Illinois. Business interruption grants programs. And so you can find out here more information about this one that's running. It looks like this one is round 2. A $220 million second round of big aims to provide relief for all types of small businesses. And you can see it says apply now, and there is the application. You can also view the application questions, checklist, and some other details about it. They're even having some webinars. It looks like the webinars are tomorrow. Okay, the last one I have new on my list is Milwaukee County. So that's Milwaukee County, Wisconsin, Small Business Recovery Initiative Grant Program. And there's an article, and then here is where you would fill out the application. Deadline is October 1st. And again, you'll be able to read more information about it here. Now accepting applications, the deadline's October 1st, and it's Milwaukee County. And so then you would click on this initiative grant program link here, and then you have to actually create a username and password to get in and then apply. So this is the link I'll share with you just so you can kind of read a little bit more details. It says questions about eligibility and how to complete the application. Then they give you another link here, and it tells you all about the criteria and so forth. So again, if you are in the Milwaukee County area, then you'll want to check this one out and see if you qualify and apply. So that's quite the rundown. And again, like I said, I'm not going to go into each one in heavy detail because maybe that one doesn't apply to you, but a different one does. But I know that the links are what's really important. So you can jump into these different ones to see if they are ones that you might qualify for, and then just go ahead and read the details. Again, there's so many popping up for different locations. My understanding is that the federal government sent money to states. And so states are putting out grants, as well as monies are trickling down to counties and cities. And so as these funds are all sitting out there available, they need to be pushed out into the communities, and they're doing so in the form of grants. So it's not like all this money had been available way back in March and it's not there anymore. It's just that some areas have taken longer to figure out how they're going to handle them and disperse them. So continue to keep your eye out. And then just because one had gone through the process and is closed, it doesn't necessarily mean that they might have more rounds available. So it's great to definitely take advantage of Google search and Google notifications to let you know if there's ones that have come available either in your area or based on, say, the type of small business you have, whether it's in like the food service industry, the floral industry, just whatever, healthcare, if you're in childcare. There's just so many different grants that might be specific to the type of business that you have, or also if you're woman owned, if you are minority owned, if you are a military background, then they may be more specific to you based on that as well. So I know this was kind of a spitfire fast video, but I hope that some of these might be ones that you can qualify for, you can look into further. And again, if you find this useful, I definitely appreciate you liking the video, subscribing to the channel. Helps you to kind of stay and stay up to date, so that when I'm putting out more videos, then you'll get aware of those. But I'm definitely hoping that you find these useful, and that you are getting the help that you need for your businesses. And again, I ask if you have received any information about the one that came out with the LISC lows that had closed a few weeks ago, and we were supposed to be notified by the 18th. If you've heard anything, I'd love to hear back from your experiences for that. If you have any more questions about my EIDL experience, feel free to ask me about that. I do advise that you are careful when people are suggesting to help you and giving you random numbers and random names of people to call. Be careful of who you're sharing your personal bank and tax information with. There's a lot of really nice, helpful people out there, but there's also always scammers. So be careful who you're sending all this information to and who you're calling. Um, try to verify that the numbers that are being shared with you are valid SBA phone numbers, and people who are working in the SBA. Or, of course, talk to your personal tax accountant or your local accountant, people that you know and that you trust to help you with these things. Definitely bookmark some of those sites again that you maybe wished you would have gotten an application in, but now it's too late. And again, they might have more rounds that come out. And lastly, if you did get the Wisconsin We're All In grant, be aware that you're likely getting an email now asking you to, or actually requiring you to fill out some more information now that you've already gotten the grant. That was part of the agreement, that you fill out these other forms, surveys, what have you. Make sure you're checking your email and getting those in. Okay, I think that was it. That was pretty fast, but again, just check below the video in the description, and it'll have all those links for you. So whichever ones you think that you are interested in or could qualify for, definitely dig deeper and get the help that you need. Take care. Bye-bye.